This whole thing, I'm showing up fashionably late. No, that's you saying, I have something more important than to be where I'm supposed to be. So make sure you're, and is this a plea?
Judge, he entered his plea on 25 April.
Okay,
It was to an agreed deferred adjudication with a recommendation of 10 years. Judge Angelini, sua sponte, ordered a PSI with a setting of 2 June.
so you're asking that you're waiving the PSI?
I would certainly like to waive the PSI, and also, Your Honor, Judge Angelini took Mr. Murphy into custody because he was an hour late the day prior to the plea.
Now we know it should be on time, right?
Yes.
All right. And see, people always come to me, they would say, oh, Judge, it's just 9 a.m. Then when another judge fills in for me and it's 9 a.m. and you're late, instead of getting a lecture, you get custody. I don't know. Should I start doing that, Attorney Featherston?
Judge, for the right individual, it may be a proper way to get their attention.
Okay. And you're saying that's not right for your client?
Well, I'm saying that his attention has been gained and that he is respectfully requesting that the court lift his custody.
Right. You know what I always tell people when they're late for appointments, and this is how I was raised. If you're late for an appointment and there's no emergency, like I'm not on the side of the road, I had an accident, or I'm in the hospital, what you're telling that person is, I have something that's more important than this appointment I have with you. That's basically what you're telling the person. This whole thing, I'm showing up fashionably late. No, that's you saying, I have something more important than to be where I'm supposed to be. So make sure you're always on time. All right. All right. The court is calling 2025 CRs. All right. And the Judge Angelini ordered a PSI, which would be your recall date of June 17th. Defense, are you asking to waive PSI?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
All right. Any objection to the waiver of the PSI? So with regards to the plea bargain agreement, all right, when's the last time you had employment?
2 years ago. Can tell you a good reason.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
So how are you supporting it?
At this moment,
Well, no, I mean, you haven't been working for 2 years. In that 2 years where you were unemployed, how were you supporting yourself?
I was living at home with my mother.
I don't understand why mothers allow this. So was your mom working? So how would you spend your day?
Trying to find a job.
Through what hours?
The day hours.
Do you have any children?
I have one.
How old?
1 month.
And where is the 1 month old?
She's in Fort Worth.
Her mother?
Yes.
All right. So what drugs have you used in the past?
I mean,
Anything else? Have you ever been to prison before? Have you ever been to jail before other than this time?
yes.
For what? Oh, I'm sorry, state, you may be excused.
Graffiti, marijuana,
How far did you go in school?
all the way to high school.
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
And what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Being a father,
And how are you going to accomplish that?
like getting a job and take care of my daughter.
All right. What's your dream job?
Dream job.
Mhm.
Anything that can get my daughter to where she needs to be.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Do you want to speak to the length of deferred? The length, the state is asking for 10 years.
Judge, we agreed to a 10-year deferred. I had discussed with Mr. Murphy that there is an early termination provision within the statute, and discussed with him in detail what he needed to do in order to become eligible for early termination.
All right. 10 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, in custody. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court. Your attorney will explain to you what felony drug court is. You need to be honest with them because I think you do have a major drug problem, as evidenced by the fact that you're here, as evidenced by the fact that in the past you've had meth, as evidenced by the fact that you've been employed for 2 years. Unemployed for 2 years. You understand? So you need to be honest with them and do your best to get in that program if you truly want to be a better person for your child. You understand?
Yes.
So that will be in custody. And if he's not accepted, TAP evaluation in custody, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes the parenting classes, community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's going to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Take in consideration 2025 PF 04413, 2025 PF 05766, 2023 CR 8453. And this is to run concurrent with 2025 PF 04414. And just one moment. There's to be no contact with Robert William Shivers, SHIVERS, and no contact with Robert Jeffrey Gornato, GORNTO. And what's your mom's name?
Diane Murphy.
And you're not allowed to reside with Diane Murphy. Probation, is there anything else?
So Robert Gornato's last name again, please?
GORNTO. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors and CPS compliance if applicable. I don't know if CPS is involved or not, but if they are, he needs to follow their rules.
All right, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
Your Honor, may I ask you to reconsider a few items?
Sure.
If he's not allowed to live with his mother temporarily, he's going to be homeless. As he doesn't have any income, doesn't have any financial wherewithal to rent an apartment at this point. Would the court consider giving him a move-out date of 1, 2, or 3 months to give him time to get on his feet and obtain an apartment with some income that's coming in? Otherwise, it's really setting him up to fail on the 120 day, day for day, and the other conditions that the court would like him to be able to accomplish. Additionally, Judge, we were here with Judge Angelini. The TAP evaluation couldn't be done before the 2nd of June because the lady that was doing the TAP evaluation also was doing the PSI evaluation. And that was the earliest she
Well,
had
I
on
will
her
tell you,
calendar.
if he is honest with felony drug court is going to accept him. And if they accept him, he's not going to need to be there for the TAP evaluation.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Abrams, I'll allow him to reside with his mother, but after June 27th, he's no longer allowed to reside there. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. Let me just explain to you why I'm not allowing you to live with your mother after that date, because you're an adult male, you need to support yourself. And sometimes it's a mother's love, and it's very hard for moms to do the tough love thing and give you deadlines. So I've just given you a deadline.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Thank
whether
you.
you have employment or not, you're going to have to figure it out. All right. In this court, communication is key if you want to be successful on probation. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come to court.
Ma'am, thank
All
you.
right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're welcome. And Ms. Abrams. All right. Mr. Featherston, we're going to go on the record. If you can ask the deputy to have them move your client down. Court is calling 2024 CR 011276 State versus Froilan Guzman Velasquez. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Rafael Leal for Mr. Guzman Velasquez.
And are you Mr. Guzman Velasquez?
Sí. Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Defense, do you speak Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you speak it fluently?
Better than anyone.
All right, I'll be the judge of that.
All right. May I speak in Spanish to you?
Sure. It's going to make it difficult for the interpreter, but of course. Were you able to explain all of this, all of the documents that are in English to your client in Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Velasquez, all of the documents that I'm going to be reviewing with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Velasquez, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. State moves to waive and abandon count one and proceed on count two. Regarding count two, we move to proceed on the lesser included offense of kidnapping. And we are proceeding on the repeater enhancement. However, I do have a motion to amend the enhancement allegation. The date of the conviction is listed as the 21st day, and it should be the 25th day after the judgment.
All right, any objection to the waivers?
No objection,
Any objection to proceeding on the lesser included offense?
no objection,
Any objection to the changing of the date on the repeat offender enhancement allegation?
no, Your Honor.
And Mr. Velasquez, do you understand that in the repeat offender enhancement allegation, the state is changing the date from January 21st, 2021 to January 25th, 2021?
Yes,
Do you have any objections to that change being made today?
I'm sorry, I did not understand.
Do you have any objection to those changes being made today?
No,
Do you have any objection to proceeding today?
no,
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included of kidnapping with an enhancement? If the state is able to prove up that enhancement, your range of punishment will be anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand?
yes,
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you are giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Velasquez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
no,
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
no,
Counsel, did you retain an immigration attorney for your client, or did you have an immigration attorney speak to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Velasquez, have you had a chance to speak with an immigration attorney?
yes,
Do you understand by entering this plea, you will be deported and not allowed re-entry into the United States?
yes,
Do you understand that you will be denied naturalization?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count two, the lesser included offense of kidnapping. You agree that you've been convicted of one or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 15 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2022 CR 10958B. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
yes,
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense of kidnapping, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
To the enhancement paragraph, how do you plead? True or not true?
Yep. What part, I'm sorry?
The enhancement paragraph that states that you've been previously convicted of a felony, how do you plead? True or not true?
True,
State any evidence.
State offers state one in attachment.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we have had extensive negotiations with the state. I believe my client understands and is willing to take responsibility and wants to proceed and close the case and so he can be on his way and proceed with his life. That's all I have.
All right, this court will sentence you to 15 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Taking consideration 2022 CR 10958B, there's to be no contact with Rafael Vela Padilla, no re-entry into the United States, and restitution, if any, to Rafael Vela Padilla. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You need to internalize what you did. You're here, you're not a citizen, and then you're bleeding and taking from other people who are not citizens. That's not a good thing. You understand? You cannot build your happiness off someone else's misery. And while you're in prison, you need to think about what you did wrong to be in the situation that you're in, and you need to correct it. Because I don't think that you would want any of your children, if they were trying to come here, I don't think you would want them to be treated the way you treated this person. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you need me to sign?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. There you are. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Your Honor.
For the other, it's the interpreter has to be here.
All right,
You can take it.
so just give me 1 second. Let me put this in the system and I'll take it right up. All right.
Okay, Judge, on one of the cases, the restitution, the victim in that case did not want to move forward with obtaining restitution. In his other case, when the plea was taken, the restitution date was set for December of 2024.
Mhm.
I'm not quite sure what happened and where we didn't have the restitution hearing. However, in that case, there are a slew of people
Yes.
that we were supposed to reach out to. With the restitution hearing being set on the day of the plea being taken, the probation office thought the state's office was taking care of that, and the state thought probation was taking care of that.
Okay.
So we would ask for a reset, so that we could further investigate.
All right. So if you all will talk to each other and confer with the coordinator on what is a good date for you all to contact these witnesses to see about restitution, and then just let me know and I'll give you a restitution date.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you. So sir, if you'll have a seat and counsel, since we're only here for a restitution hearing, your client can appear by Zoom.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That would work.
It may be difficult for the interpreter
Oh,
unless the interpreter appears by Zoom as well. So strike that. All right. So if you'll confer.
it was nice for a second.
Yeah, it was nice for a second. All right, thank you. And you may be excused.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, you need to make sure you're on time. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so where are we? Are we reaching an agreement today?
We have an agreement, Judge. However, the agreement is sort of contingent on through pretrial services. Tony has been working with his pretrial officer and they have gotten him a bed at Lifetime Recovery,
Okay.
inpatient. His bed is tomorrow, so his spot opens up tomorrow. So if the court would allow, I would like to get perhaps a 45-day reset to give him time to complete his Lifetime program, to complete the inpatient program, and then when we come back, I think we will be prepared to complete.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez successfully completes the MPA portion of the lifetime recovery program, the state will consider renegotiating some aspect.
All right. And so you're saying 45 days he'll be complete?
If, I think he wasn't sure if it's a 30 or 45-day program, so if we get a 45-day reset, and then as soon as I can talk to the pretrial officer to confirm the length, I can let the court know.
All right,
if we
so
need
what
more
we'll do,
time.
let's set it for 31 days and we'll see.
Okay, Judge.
All right, I need a date, 31 days, please.
June 5th.
All right. All right, so we'll be back on June 5th. Make sure you're on time. You understand?
Thank you, Judge.
And Lifetime is a good program. Take advantage of it.
I will.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Okay. Where are we on this case?
We got it offered today,
Okay.
so we're just asking for a plea deadline, I guess.
All right, sir, how old are you?
28.
All right. And people always wonder why I ask that question, because sometimes if you're younger, you need more time to internalize things and understand the consequences. But when you're older, sometimes your brain automatically goes through the options and the consequences. Ms. Ferguson, set this for the week of May 19th as a plea deadline date. What is good for you, counsel? 19th, 20th, or 22nd?
22nd, you're on.
Norma, if you can set this for the 22nd for a plea deadline date? All right. Do you have any questions? All right. When you come back on that date, you need to let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Who's here? I'm Brittany Brubaker. Is this a motion to revoke?
Yes, ma'am.
Are both parties ready?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8728B State versus Brittany Marie Brubaker. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Garahan for the state, John.
Lindsay Shaw for Ms. Brubaker.
And are you Ms. Brubaker? Did you review the documents entitled a motion to revoke community supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Are you the same Brittany Marie Brubaker who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8728B for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on February 23rd, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violating condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Brittany Marie Brubaker. The defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months in May and June 2024, violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 6 years in the prison? You need to speak up. I can't hear you. Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
Yes.
It is to revoke the individual's probation and sentence her to 2 years in the TDC.
All right. So what has she done on probation?
Judge, she successfully completed both ISF and SATF. And so she has done that while on probation. And as to her not reporting, I can tell the court she's a single mother. Her child just turned 13. The child's father is also in prison. And so during this time, she's been working full-time, and she understands she made the wrong decision to not report to probation, but it was because she was working, trying to have, be able to take care of her child.
All right, so let me just explain to you what my problem is. What my problem is all you had to do was pick up the phone and call probation. And this is not the first time you've been before the court for not reporting. So you have a 13-year-old and you're a single parent and you work. There are so many people who have children and they work, but they still handled their business, right? So I'm not going on any of the other allegations in the motion, but there's allegation of marijuana use. There's allegations of amphetamine use. So there's a lot going on here. I'm not inclined to give you 2 years. Because 2 years for the court in your case is somebody who has successfully completed everything and hasn't been back to the court. 1, 2, I think this is your 3rd motion to revoke. And the first time you had a motion to revoke, it was with a different judge and they altered and amended your condition for SATA. And the next time you had a motion to revoke, that was with me, and it was a violation of condition number 4. And all of these classes that were given when you were not reporting had to do with your drug use. So who is taking care of the 13 14-year-old now?
My sister has him right.
All right, has them.
Has him.
Has him?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to, the court is finding violation condition number 4 true. The court is going to revoke. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Was the restitution paid probation? All right, there's to be restitution of $60 to the Bear County Criminal Laboratory. Oh, and state, you may be excused. For drug testing, there's to be no contact with Joshua Lee Zimmerle, Zimmerle. Our request a therapeutic community, and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? And if she successfully completed SATIF, I'll give her credit for that and ISF.
Yes, ma'am. I have the dates. I can just, do you need them, Judge? Or I can
No,
give them?
if you give it to
Yes,
the clerk. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You have a child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Either you're going to get your life together and be in their life and be a good parent or not, but you can't keep putting yourself first. And I always tell people, if you want to be clean and sober, be clean and sober for yourself. But sometimes people don't want to do it for themselves because they like where they are or they can't get out where they are. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, then do it for your child. But don't keep coming in and out of the child's life making promises that you know you're not going to keep. If you're going to be the fly-by-night parent, be that fly-by-night parent. I'm the happy go parent. I'm just coming in to give you gifts, say I love you, and then I leave. But don't come in there trying to make rules because you haven't been there. You haven't been a mom. All right. When you're released from prison, if you can't find a place that can help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, you can come back here. I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to help you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Good morning. All right. So State, were you able to tender an offer?
Not today, Your
Okay.
Honor, but I was talking to Mr. Braswell about it. We're reaching out to the victim. The victim is in school. We've talked to the father. We asked for at least a week, we're also looking at restitution. So those are the couple things that we are just trying to get to.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for May 27th? Is that enough time for everyone?
It's fine for us, Judge.
All right, so we'll come back on May 27th. At that time, State will be able to tender an offer.
We'll have all that.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you. Oh, this has been recently.
So Judge, we were here yesterday on
Mhm.
discovery issues. I
Yes.
didn't have a chance to talk to him through the scheduling, and so we would call him today.
Yes.
For some reason, the system went straight from discovery to a plea. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, is that what's happening? I mean, that's very efficient of you.
Yeah, I apologize, Judge.
Oh, no, it's for discovery. So I have two
We-
cases for him. I have the possession less than a gram,
That's not,
and that's not
that's not,
controlling.
that's not controlling. It's this one.
All right, and so on this one, where are we on
They-
discovery?
The state did, they'd given me, I have all the discovery now, Judge, and they have given me an offer.
Okay. Sir, how old are you?
I'm 35.
All right, and you've heard my explanation of the reason why I asked that question, or maybe you did not.
No,
Maybe you were
maybe I
not
didn't.
listening. Maybe you're in your own thoughts. All right, the reason why I always ask that question is I set plea deadline dates in this court. And sometimes if someone is 18, 19, they need more time to think about the options and think about the consequences for their choices. Sometimes older people don't need that because they already go through their Rolodex and they know their mental Rolodex and they know the consequences of their choices.
Judge, and I know where the court is going with it, but
Yes.
I'm gonna ask a quick favor. Based on what we've read and what we've discussed, I do need to do a little bit of investigation.
All right, so how much time are you asking
Just-
for?
I'm not asking for much. I just don't want to recall for next week.
Oh, no, it was not going to be next week. I was going to put it at the end of May.
That's fine.
All right, May 27th or May 29th?
Whatever the court's convenient.
Oh, no.
The 27th actually would be better.
All right. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for plea deadline date on May 27th. So on that date, you need to let the court know whether you've reached an agreement. If you have not reached an agreement, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? Any questions? All right, have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So today is your jury trial date, so I'm gonna have you come back at 1:30.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And counsel, if you can make sure you have your acknowledgement of discovery completed.
I was just retained last night, Your Honor. I haven't gotten any discovery. I've taken a look at the state's file. They made a preliminary offer. I'd like to reset it for consideration of the offer and preparation for trial and getting discovery in the case.
All right, who was the previous attorney?
Mr. Stenberg, who I contacted yesterday.
All right, so this is coming back for a plea deadline date, and this will be the last plea deadline date because you were scheduled for trial. So it's coming back on May 12th.
Judge, it's going to be a bit of a problem for me.
Mhm.
I'm thinking early June. I have a trial on the 9th of June, Your Honor. I've got some settings on the 12th out of county, which always conflicts.
I understand. No, I'm not calling this back in June
But
because,
my understanding, my understanding was he had discontinuous to hire an attorney.
Mhm.
That's what I understood, the reason he came back.
no, this case has been on the court's docket since June, on one case since June of last year. And then the felon in possession of a firearm has been on this court's docket for a long time. So,
Okay, I understand,
Yes,
Judge. That's
so-
what that's what Mr. Stenberg too. He said, I think he's coming back to hire an attorney.
Mhm.
And I said, that's fine. Because I asked Joe yesterday when I visited. with
yeah,
Joe.
so
But the
he knew he
12th
was scheduled for jury trial. So your plea deadline is May 12th. You understand? Yeah, yes.
Go ahead, you can speak, Mr. Cortez.
I had talked to Mr. Angelini and I had told him that I had put in the motion to get rid of Mr. Stenberg due to the fact that I was trying to hire a lawyer.
Oh, and actually, you're entitled to your 10 days. So it's going to be May 19th.
It's even better.
Yeah, that's your plea deadline date, May 19th.
What does that mean? I don't
Well,
understand.
That means that if you come to an agreement with the state, then I'll take your plea. If you don't come to an agreement, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. That's what that means.
What that means is the judge then, without a plea agreement to work from, she would have full discretion to charge and sentence and accept the plea in the case. So that's the difference. Okay, or you have a right to a trial. We handle motions in this case, Your Honor.
Okay.
How do we handle motions in this case?
Oh, just ask Ms. Ferguson, are there evidentiary motions?
They probably will be, Your Honor. Based on my cursory review, there may be an issue here.
Is it going to be dispositive?
That's an issue, Your Honor. I hate him, but that could be very well dispositive, but Judge, I hate to do those types.
Okay,
I'm asking the court if we could have the motion, Your Honor.
we'll
and
carry
then
it
make
with
a
trial.
decision. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
Talk to my client. Thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
consideration, Your Honor. The 19th.
Yes. All right, first question. On the drug case, are the labs in yet? As of April, there were no labs.
Judge, I can check real quick if you don't.
Okay, sure. Because I know it hasn't been indicted, but I think that's what you all were waiting on.
Yes, ma'am, and our office got hired April 9th. I think Mitch Charles has been here once before. That was right when we had gotten hired and I'm still in the process of making sure we have all the discovery, all the body cams
Okay.
as to the lab results.
No, Judge.
Okay, all right. And it seems that that's the big case.
And it's a second, it's Penalty Group 2. Those have historically taken a little bit more time, and I know I think this was January.
Yes.
Offense, so.
Okay, all righty. So, defense, do you have any objections to the court scheduling this in June?
No, ma'am.
All right, let's do the week of June 23rd. So that's the 23rd, 24th, or 26th.
Judge, if we could do the 26th, that would work out.
All right, Norma, on Francis, if you'll put it for the 26th, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Do you have any
Okay.
questions about anything? All right, thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sorry.
Good morning. So today is his plea deadline date. So have you all reached an agreement or no?
We have not, Your Honor, but we are asking for one more plea deadline date. There is a defense that Mr. Jennings made the state aware of, and then I just offered some more information for which the state could verify that. Also, Mr. Jennings is a witness for the state in a trial currently set in the 226.
All right, so whether he's a witness or not, that's not my purview. So I'm gonna move this for a plea deadline date, May 12th.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else?
Nothing further from the defense.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right,
Judge, you said May 12th.
yes.
Thank you.
Anthony Villarreal. Hello, thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. I appreciate that. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 002-936 State versus Anthony Villarreal. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Robert Gowan up for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Villarreal?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
Yes, Judge.
It was attached. Mr. Villarreal, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're waiving the enhancement paragraphs, and then regarding the charging language, we would do a motion to amend to
Just 1 second. Excuse me, if you all could whisper. All right, you may proceed.
a motion to amend, in the substance of the indictment, it does say a peace officer. Please add R. Enriquez.
All right, let's go off the record for a moment. I know you didn't indict this case. It's one of my, I wouldn't call it a pet peeve, but I think that things should be done the correct way. Who is indicting cases and not including the complainant? All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Villarreal. All right, so the state has filed a dismissal due to a defective indictment. So here's the thing. They're not dismissing it because they're saying that you didn't do what you're being accused of. It's just that there was an issue with the indictment, and this prosecutor is not the person who indicted this case. None of the prosecutors in this courtroom are the prosecutors who indicted this case. So here's the thing. You can take this as woohoo, or you can take it as thank you, God, or, whomever. I'm going to change my life and I'm going to do better because I don't want to be in this situation again. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So live better, do right, follow rules. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
I want to thank you, ma'am, because I have changed my life. I've been working the last 11 years. I have gone to prison and everything, but I changed my life. I don't want to live that. I'm 40 years old. I have no kids or nothing because of my choices I made when I was younger, and I've accomplished a lot. I got a 401k, everything working. Like, I just want to thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad you have a 401k. I'm glad you're getting your life together. Just continue. The only time I want to see you coming back here, if you're just coming back to say hi.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thanks,
Be
Judge.
careful out there. The weather is bad, they tell me. All right. So all of the discovery has been received.
To date, there is anticipated some extra discovery will be on its way, but Jason will turn that over to me as soon as he gets it.
All right. So where are we on this case as far as any offers being tendered or anything of that nature?
I believe that we were just offer's been tendered, Judge.
Okay.
I believe that, Mr. Kramer was saying that, Charles Monk was coming by. I think he's caught up in a different.
Judge Mary is not setting him free to come up here. So, Lindsay told his mother and told Nathan, and we will do that we'll set up a Zoom within the
All right.
next week or
What
so.
happened to this thing about set somebody free and if they love you, they'll come back? I guess that doesn't apply
Judge
to
Mary-
attorneys. All right. So then what I'm going to do is, because you were set for a jury trial today, and that was on the deadly weapon in a penal institution.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall this back, and this will be your final plea deadline date.
Okay.
And I can give you May 27th, May 29th, or I can give you June 2nd or June 3rd or June 5th. So
And the only
basically
thing-
the longest I anticipate in holding this out for plea deadline is the first week in June.
And I don't really know that it matters with this new discovery that we're anticipating we're going to get, but can you have it by then?
Well, I'll say
Mhm.
absolutely not.
Oh.
But I mean, for the plea, it could be, I mean, if it's accepted, it can be done. I mean, this is something that it's a pet peeve of mine that I'm trying to get done.
Okay.
It's DNA, but I mean, it's something that I'm trying to get more.
Okay.
If I can.
All right. So then I can bring this back on June 2nd, 3rd, or 5th.
June 5th is fine.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Nathan Martinez, June 5th for a plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you.
May
Do
I
you
be
need any-
excused?
Yes. Does he have any questions? Mr. Martinez, do you have any question? All right, thank you. All right, Michael DeLeon and Rick.
Sure.
Oh, Judge. All right, so he's telling me, normally I always have the defendant present before me, but he's telling me that his client is on dialysis. So of course, they're trying to get him out of jail in time.
Yes, Your Honor.
So do you have any objection to the bond being reset at the original bond amount?
At the original bond amount, no objection.
All right, and were there any previous conditions? I'm sure maybe no contact or something.
Said previous conditions be reinforced on this one.
Okay.
Well, the original bond judge was 30,000, but I asked Judge Angelini to reinstate it. He told me I can't do that. That's illegal, but he would be glad to set a bond at 30,000.
Well, here's the thing. Did he do a bond forfeiture or no?
Oh, is that, I think he did.
I think he did, Judge, yeah.
All right, could someone check on this case to see if there was a bond forfeiture? Because if there was a bond forfeiture, if the bondsman is in agreement with the bond reinstated, and they send me something, I'll restate it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you all will have to call the bondsman. Otherwise, I'll set it at the original amount of 30 with previous conditions.
See what they say.
And then we're going to take our break.
Case comment.
Mhm.
She's in trial on the ag assault with the deadly weapon.
Mhm.
And it's supposed to continue all the way to the end.
Yeah, we'll put it down for 519.
Judge, on this case for Smith, the affidavit surety was granted, but the judge signed the concept. So the warrant was recalled on 425.
So warrant's been recalled and he set a bond. All right, let me see the document. All right, this is what you can do. There's nothing I can do there because the bond has been closed. So
So I'm gonna respectfully ask the court for maybe a $10,000 bond.
I would ask that if there is a bond, it'd be set at the original one.
yeah, I'm gonna set it at the original amount. If for some reason he can't make the original amount of the bond, you can talk to Norma. We can have him brought over tomorrow and then I can hear everything.
Okay.
But make sure it's not
You would
interfering with
wanna
his
have-
dialysis.
Yeah, you'd want to have him here so he can testify to that.
Yes. And what was the original?
30,000.
Okay. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing on this case, Judge.
All righty. We are gonna go down and see if this new menu they have is any good.
They still, I thought that was just for last week. Or was it?
Oh, they
continuing?
said they're out in the breezeway or something.
Right, but
Wasn't there the smashing crab or something?
yeah, but I thought that was only, so it's still gonna go this week?
I think I saw a thing out there.
It's Rick trying to dump on me and not let me have any lunch.
Signs all around say last week for Fiesta only through May 2nd, which is Friday.
You're trying to prepare me. I appreciate that.
So I thought that they were only here last week. I didn't think they were gonna be here today.